Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells us all, including Raja Janaka, this self is absolute, effortless, indescribable, sublime, serene, and eternal. It is not unattainable. Actually, it is ever attained. This looks quite paradoxical, right? Wrong. Actually, he says that we all are souls who have got a mistaken identity of this mind body complex, which is serving as a cocoon around that soul. If this cocoon is removed, the self is always there. It was there, it is there, and it will be there. You cannot become Brahman. You are Brahman, Ashtavakra says. Now we will go in detail about this particular verse. Yes, it is indeed a fact that the soul is the superior spiritual energy of God. But at the same time, this Mahatattva, the lump of material elements, all gross, subtle, and super subtle, are the inferior energies of God. Please remember the last word, God. They are superior energies of God and inferior energies of God, not you. Hence, when you, the soul, is enveloped by the cocoon of this material body, you lose your memories about this soul or its existence. I'll give a crude example. There is one particular mirror which can show excellent reflection. Yet, over a period of time, it is covered by layers and layers and layers of dust. Unless one cleans all the layers of dust, he or she cannot see his or her reflection in the mirror, which will reveal itself only after the dust is removed. Similarly, the soul is enveloped by layer of causal intelligence, layer of astral mind, layer of etheric senses, and the layer of gross body. Unless one tries to and succeeds in removing every layer, he or she cannot realize his or her soul or self. It is not unattainable, it is very much there. You just have to remove the dirt. I'll give one crude example. There was one very great hero in Mahabharata called Bhishma Pitama. Bhishma Pitama, due to some unfortunate karma, suffered from one of the evils of this material universe. It was called illusion. Besides this, Bhishma Pitama had no other problem. He was noble, well behaved, well spoken, extremely brave, and a perfect specimen of martial art specialist. He was a born soldier and a prince. Yet he was suffering from illusion. Yes, he was aware of the existence of the self, but he was not able to reach it in this birth. However, because of his karma, he had a good quality or a boon. The boon was that Bhishma Pitama could leave this gross body any time he wanted. Such excellent was the boon. Yet he suffered on a bed of poisonous arrows for several days before giving up this body just because of his own illusion that he must do this only after the Uttarayana or northern hemisphere, the sun rises in the northern hemisphere, and when Hastinapur or the kingdom to which he belonged is secure from all sides. He forgot that Hastinapur is a part of this material universe and nothing in this material universe is permanent. Here, when he was lying on a bed of very painful and poisonous arrows, the soul within him asked the super soul, Lord, how is it that I am a passenger of this chariot called Bhishma Pitama, which is suffering on a bed of arrows before its so-called death? How am I going to go through this agony and this despicable position? God told the soul, this is because this man has done something which is etched in his unconscious memory, which you yourself had recorded some time before. The soul revolted. I know this person. For the last 100 births, he has done no sin, committed no sin, or done no harm to anybody. He is a very pious, noble, and pure soul. Why is he suffering like this? God said, your 100 births are etched in your conscious and subconscious memory only. But all the births before that are recorded in your unconscious memory. You are right. This man has not committed any sin in the past 100 births. Yet, because of that, he got the boon to die whenever he wanted. And yet, He chose to go through this agony before his or her death. His death. That is not illusion. That is repaying all sins, all karma in the gross body mind complex which this person had committed long back and which he will have the chance to repay only now because because of his nobility and his sinlessness he has no other gross body birth. The soul asked God, what was it? God told him, this guy long back was a hunter, a very brave and intelligent hunter, but alas, he was extremely cruel. This guy was so brave that he could catch live snakes with ease, and he threw those snakes on thorny bushes so that they would writhe in pain and die on the bushes. This boy enjoyed this spectacle as a hobby. He did so many times that this deed was recorded by none other than you, the soul, the self, and kept in the unconscious memory. Because he is not going to take another birth, he has decided to repay for his sins that he had committed long back. Just like the snake writhed on the bushes painfully and died, this man also wants to suffer that particular pain by remaining on a bed of arrows, suffering and writhing with pain for some time before he feels that he has repaid his sins and then he will depart. That is the case with all of us. When we decide to depart this gross body for good, when we feel that we will not have another birth in future, we repay all our sins and then remove this layer of gross body and go to the etheric body where we will take several births before we remove ourselves from the etheric body to the astral mind and live there for some time before removing that layer, going to the causal intelligence, removing that layer after several decades or several births, and then ultimately come to the soul. We all know that is our goal. Self-realization is our goal. But we only know this. We have not yet reached it. Yes, we have attained it. There is nothing to attain. It is there. But we have to reach it again before going back to Godhead after being self-realized. Kindly remember this and act accordingly. Till I meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.